Welcome Sagittarius, and welcome to the other zodiac signs that felt like this constellation, which exists only once a year, has an inspiration for them as well. Today you have a new moon and the sun in your sign, so you are all alone. You have the full power of the sun and the full power of the moon highlighting you, the guardian angel, right? The one that has 1 foot in water, 1 foot on land, the one that has the 2 cups, the one that is the energy of enlightenment that we see now up in the stars. That's really what's here talking to you. The yoga position that I gave you is the Paschimottanasana, the forward bend, the seated forward bend. And here you are going deep within and realizing within yourself the connection to your own guardian angel through the spine, through withdrawing, through letting go of the past. Your last reading was Sagittarius moon and Scorpio sun. The message: the dragon knows that I am all that I need to get what I want. So you have realized something through Scorpio. Scorpio is that deep transformation. And the dragon is a very interesting, powerful, mystical animal. And it's something that you would chase because you're the Knight of Wands. If your birthday is between November 13 and December 11th, you are the Knight of Wands, fire and fire, right? The fiery aspect of fire, one would say. So you are the one that would slay the dragon. You are the one that goes into the adventure. And your body part are the thighs, so you need strong thighs to hold a horse like that, to be able to handle the fire that comes out of you. And you see you going into the direction of the big cycle, the cycle that is the earth in its wobble, to the left, spinning on its axis while it's spinning around the sun. And the spin around the sun is from left to right on the 365-day cycle. And the right to left is the big cycle that the earth does as a wobble, 25,800 years long, divided through then 12 zodiac signs, is an age of 2,150 years. So behind the sun, behind you, is now the age of Pisces, giving you the influence of the moon behind it, of the Pisces, of the feet which are here on the floor, the feet that you are holding yourself to go deeper into the forward bend. And so it's very interesting to see that behind the sun is the age of Pisces. So here you are, going into the big cycle of the soul path, because for a soul 2,150 years is not very long. And this is then the big reading that you get usually on your full moon, which is in the month of Gemini. Gemini is opposite you, and Gemini has in this month, in your month, his full moon. Now, your ruling planet is Jupiter, and you're the 9th house of philosophy, and so everything for you is about experience. Good, let's begin. On the position of the Fool comes the Fool. And here we see in the Rider-Waite, I use this as the demonstration on what position the card is. I have 12 cards laying here. Usually on your full moon you get all the 22 major arcanas. And I pick from all different decks one card, and here the Fool came up on the position of the Fool. And the Fool is looking at us, and he also has a wand that is pointing into this corner. And of course here we have the sun. So the wand is saying, through the sun, through the position of the sun, we begin a journey, because this is a state of consciousness that you want to experience, because you get this idea, you get this thought, you get an original thought that comes from the soul to you. And so here you are looking at us, and you look a little ragged, all right, in the Visconti Sforza Tarot. So all the cards that I'm using are listed in the description below. But nevertheless, on the position of the Fool, you have the Fool coming, so you really begin a new journey. On the position of the Magician comes the Standstill, the number 52. 52 makes a 7, which is the crown chakra. And we can see how he sits here in the meditation position. He's standing still, and you are taking a moment to recognize this moment, to begin new. But what? And of course the wand is here in his hand. So the wand, which is your symbol, is actually coming up through the Fool. And so that is putting you in the position of the Magician, which is also a state of consciousness, to sit still and realize I have 4 elements here, and I am the 5th element with the arms, one pointing up, one pointing down, the infinite symbol above me. I mean, this is a very powerful card, the Magician. He is then acting upon this thought. On the position of then the High Priestess, which is the state of consciousness that says, now my intuition is letting me know. Here comes something that tells me to bring myself into my center. The intuition is, I know there is black and white, I know there is duality, but I also know there is a middle path. And here comes the 7 of Wands. And the 7 of Wands are directly now connected through Mars in Leo, and you have a 7-7 portal coming up. Here this is a 5 and a 2. The 5 is the Hierophant and the 2 is the High Priestess. Here it is a pure 7. And of course, looking at the situation here, that you begin something completely new, right? And Mars in Leo is that I am wanting to, after I sit here, I am wanting to change something in my life. I want to begin new, and today is the day where you let go completely, put a new seed into the dark fertile moon, into the dark earth, so that it can grow into your full moon, which you're gonna have in the month of Gemini. And so here the 7 of Wands, it's always a little bit that bring yourself into your center, which you do, so that the other 6 wands are not affecting you, despite the situation, despite of the Lord of Valor. And Valor is, you see that something is pushing you, something is letting you know you gotta really bring yourself into your center. You gotta really come between the black and the white pillar. On the position of then the Empress comes here the Hanged Man. So there's a 3-3 portal speaking to you, because the Hanged Man is the card number 12. And the Empress has the 12th zodiac sign as stars, as a crown on her head. And here it's almost like saying, yes, you giving birth. And usually when a woman gives birth, the child comes with the head out first. And here you're hanging with the symbol of Jupiter on the leg. Your leg is placed in the symbol of Jupiter, and it's almost saying, yes, the luck of Jupiter, the wise planet that is pushing you into changing your perspective, changing and letting also go. See how all these coins falling out of his bag, letting go of the things that you think are the way, and you give birth to that state of consciousness, which is change, which is you don't want to be in this kind of energy anymore. You don't want to defend yourself anymore, so you're letting go. You are hanging yourself upside down. And now you are coming, right? Your court card is now looking at this, and it's literally like, okay, what is happening here? What's going on? What am I supposed to let go? You're not the type that likes to let go of something. You're the type that fights. You're the type that's like, let's take action. And you don't like to be suspended in a position like that. So you're coming almost towards him to rescue him. It's feeling like that, right? It's like I gotta rescue this guy here. Nevertheless, you have then on the position of the Wheel of Fortune, which is also connected to Jupiter. The Wheel of Fortune is that puzzle of life, right? Or the game of life. And the game of life is bringing you this card of liberty, the number 2, that in the duality we find liberty. Through the duality, through that the things are always in the High Priestess, the duality that she is letting us know, decide not between black and white, decide to stay in your center. Here you're getting the card number 2, but you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars, and you card number 14, which is then the 1 and the 4, which creates for you then a 5, and so you have 5 stars here. So you realize something here in the Wheel of Fortune. Something is pushing you, something is giving you the answer that, okay, you got to take the path, the physical path, not the soul path, but you would like to take the soul path. But right now, here on this plane, we are learning and we understand that things, if there is a peaceful resolution between the dualities, we gotta give one of the stars, which is the number 1. We gotta give one of the stars, which is then the 1 to the Magician, where the standstill is telling you to become quiet, to become still, is giving that star to the Dove. So you are realizing to make peace, you gotta change something in the way you behave. On the position of the Hanged Man, which you got on the position of the Empress, comes the Smaragd. And the Smaragd is a beautiful green with a heart crystal that is infused with the color of the heart, which is the 50 here, the 5 and the 0. And the 5 has come to you here in the standstill, in the 52, though it's a 7, right? And so here the 2 and the 5 become almost like, yes, if you make peace, yes, if you go deeper within, then you're getting here the standstill, the meditation, which is when we meditate, we see things much more clearly. And this card is saying, give and receive from love. And your heart is what opens friendships and union. Very beautiful, right? So you see that if you make peace, then things are going to shift, and you will bring the Hanged Man energy to you, because you already gave birth to the Hanged Man in your mind. Now, physically, it's coming as a stone to you that is giving you the power to unite within yourself and find peace within your heart. On the position now of Sagittarius comes the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is a very beautiful energy. The Ace of Pentacles here speaks about the seed of prosperity. And the prayer that they give in this book. It's really beautiful energy, right? The medicine woman. Great Spirit, I accept your offering. I am thankful for these material gifts you place before me so abundantly. Mother Earth provides all that I need. The gifts of my ancestors lie within her arms. Your crystal of inspiration calls me to create from the wealth that surrounds me. So, you getting a strong, powerful message, and you go even up to the crystal. You go up to the crystal that is here, right? It's almost like this crystal is saying, yes, if you go up, you always get love, and you are the one that goes up through the horse. You are climbing. You have those thighs that can climb a mountain, and you see in the mountains there are all these different phases, and this is the seed of prosperity. This is the north, and this is the winter time. Crystallize the idea of all your potentials. Wow. And then on the position of the tower comes the black egg. So this is a spiritual message coming to you. It's not a normal animal. And here, this is the 5th chakra. And you are now, while you're going up to the crown, you are immediately asked to let go of that success, of that crown, to immediately let go of something that maybe pushes you a little too much into pushing other people away from you. So always be careful when you get the ace. The ace makes us feel superior to others, but the black egg is the 5th chakra, and you have the number 5 here. You have the number 5 here, right? So it's saying the subtle essence of this card resides at the base of the throat, at the Vishuddha chakra. The ancient sages saw the center as the hub that governs our speech and expression. Vishuddha translates as especially pure. The balance of the center is important for all of us, but is especially essential for writers, editors, musicians, and teachers. So you're invited to really speak your truth. Once you have this, you're invited to be only truthful, to be only that clarity that comes now by letting go even of this expectation. Expecting something binds us, right? And so you're invited to really shift and let go of that. On the position now of the moon, which is in your sign, the new moon tonight, comes here the path of unmarked trail, the revelation, the number 57, which then becomes a 12. And you have the 12 here. The Hanged Man. The unmarked path, not many people this path take to put themselves upside down. No one does that, right? For me, it's always headstand and shoulder stand and stuff like this, where I feel like I get a different perspective. And this unmarked trail is something that is pushing you through the color green. So you have this green surrounding the black egg with the white and the pink around, right? So there is something that is helping you through the heart to make a statement, to make a new path, a new way of also hanging upside down. You see how the green trees here are cut, and here these are the 7 stages. Up here's the 7th stage, but you're hanging yourself upside down. And so there is a 7 in here as well, and again there is a 5. So you have a 5, 5, and here this 5, right? And you have a 2 here, and you have a 2 here, and you have a 2 here, right? So 3 times 2 is the power to be creative, power to be innovative, right? And 1, 2, 3 times the number 5, you have the power to speak your truth. So it's coming to you. And then on the position of the sun. And we know that behind the sun is the age of Pisces, right? Always remember that. So here comes the lake, and the sun is literally that clarity, and the moon is the desire or the longing to come out of familiar places and take this path where you don't know where it's going to bring you, the unmarked trail, which brings revelations. And the revelation is that you want to come out of the water, you want to come out of your subconscious, you want to evolve, you want to go further, even though the moon is telling the sun to drop deep into the lake, right? There is an oxymoron happening, because behind the sun is the age of Pisces, affecting you by realizing you go here and you go here, but here you have sun and moon both now speaking to you, and here it's only the moon. So it's very, very interesting. Also for me as a reading, I'm still wondering what is a deeper message, but sometimes it just doesn't come up yet. It's just like I'm a little bit bedazzled by the whole situation, that actually we have here the sun and the moon, but I also have this in this particular situation behind there, right? So you will see that the sun gives you clarity by diving again deep down. Yes, you take that path through the moon. Yes, you're coming out of the water. But then it's almost the sun is saying, now you're going to go back in. Now you're going to go back deep down into your subconscious. Go deep, dive down, bend over, let go, and evolve. Because then on the position of the judgment or the wake-up call, I always call it the wake-up call, you getting here the guardian angel. A little angel speaking to you saying, worry. Worry is attachment to a particular outcome and the fear that it will not come to pass. The 57. Now you have twice 57. I'm just going to turn it around so you're going to see it 57, 57. You have a 12, 12 framing here the 31. The depth of the lake. The 31 becomes a 4. You don't have a 4 here. And just to see though that the 4 is the 3 and the 1, the magician and the empress, to go deeper into your subconscious and learning that this 212 or then the 3-3 portal, which now you have the 12, 12, 12, 3 times the 12, 3 times the 3. Power lies in power. Power lies in letting go. Power lies in knowing yourself. Power lies in understanding what all these messages from the tarot want to tell you. And here you have this little angel that you going in this direction, helping you to overcome the worry that is the attachment to a particular outcome and the fear that it will not come to pass. And then on the position of the world comes the Queen of Pentacles, which is Capricorn. And Capricorn is in the next month. The sun goes into Capricorn, and you will see that the Capricornian energy is the success to continue your path, the success to be in this world a personality of Queen of Pentacles, the Pentacles in the financial situation that came here through the Ace of Pentacles, right? The seed that is speaking to you, the prayer that said seed of prosperity comes to you, and that the grandmothers and grandfathers have given their life and consciousness to earth for us. And here comes a woman, here comes maybe a grandmother, here comes a woman that you can trust yourself into and see that she is looking at you and telling you everything is going to be fine. Don't worry too much. Don't worry, because the guardian angel is here and the queen of material is here, letting you know everything is going to be okay, particularly on the position of the world, which is then also a 3. But here comes powerful Capricorn, the darkest month, right? And also where the winter solstice is happening, the longest night and the shortest day. And then the sun is already shifting into another direction. So don't worry, everything will be just the right way. You are the guardian angel, and here you got yourself an angel coming and helping you to evolve into and to be powerful as that energy in the darkest, which is the moon, and in the brightest, which is the sun, both in your sign. So here you are, right, coming out of something that you see. Today is the day where you are having sun and moon in your sign, and of course the sun has behind it the age of Pisces, right? So always remember that behind it, it looks like this, right? And so the path up to the sun is also back into the subconscious, right? So the path that we're taking, remember, is at the same time also diving deep down into the ocean, because this is exactly the moon that is then behind the sun. And on that position we had the lake. See that? Yeah, I think you get it. It's quite complicated, my reading, but I think once you get the gist, is that the dragon knows that I am all that I need to get what I want. So I hope I see you in the next reading. We can see that already when the earth is spinning, we see behind the sun the constellation Capricorn. Capricorn is already here, speaking to you on the position of the world. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me, and I wish you a beautiful meditation. Namaste.